Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Hobby Evolution, episode 1246. I'm exhausted. Puppy, baby, puppy. Ernie's a handful this morning. We have good mornings. No, we just have bad mornings and better than bad mornings. Today's a bad morning. Yeah. So, what's happening? eBay auctions ending tonight in my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Check it out. I'm going to do a little preview this morning on what you can find. And I'll go live pending puppy time. I may go live tonight. I've been planning on going live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central. We'll see what Ernie has in store for this evening. You got anything going on, buddy? Huh? You got anything going on tonight? All right. So maybe Ernie will join us for our live eBay auctions show. So it looks like 71 of the 74 have bids. 71 of 74 have bids. Sorry, I'm like 7 different directions right now. Ooh, good one. So what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Ernie's loving it. We played this morning. We pottied a few times. And he's up. He's ready to go. He doesn't like walking. So my wife's like, you just have to pull him. And I'm like, okay. So I took him tried taking him for a walk yesterday. And we usually he doesn't like his harness and the leash. So we usually get, like, basically when I put him down in the driveway, that's as far as we get. He like, okay, come on, you've got to do this on your own. No. So I pick him up, I take him down to the sidewalk. And then he wants to go into our front yard and smell the grass and eat rabbit poop. So pick him up, take him a little bit further down, try pulling him. Nope. Doing one of those. He'll lay down. He'll drag his paws. Like, okay, I can't drag his paws on the sidewalk. So I'll pick him up, carry him a little bit more, and then he's in our neighbor's yard and he's just having a field day with whatever's in the grass. So I'm like texting my wife. I'm like, how do you get him to walk? Like, how do you walk the dog? Because he's not walking for me. And she's like, you just got to get past. He'll eventually. And I'm like, I keep picking. I have to pick him up to go everywhere. So we made it a few feet into the neighbor's yard, and then I finally pulled the plug. I'm like, all right, this is not. Mom's the official dog walker for now. And so she tried taking him for a walk, and they got 2 doors down. She's like, yeah, it was a struggle. I had to carry him. I'm like, okay. So that's fun. My wife said last night that he's teething, so he's biting everything, including our ears and feet, and hands and arms. And she's like, the peak of Havanese teething is at 13 weeks, and we are just starting week 11. So we have 2 more weeks until the peak. But then it's all gravy, I guess, from there. It's like, man, this is exhausting. But enough about me being tired. That's like the number one no in radio, in morning radio. Don't talk about how shitty your day is and how sick you feel or how tired you are. People don't want to hear that. They don't tune into the radio mornings to listen to other people tell you how tired they are. So here we are. Ernie's not tired, though. See? Yeah, buddy, you're not tired. What else is going? That's about all. Did a lot of shipping. I was bogged down with shipping. What the hell's going on over here? So I still have I shipped until almost 9 last night, and I'm on the wrong screen, but still have a lot of shipping to do. But don't let that stop you from shopping my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Look, you can see Ernie trying to get out of there. Are you chewing on your house? Where's your bone? Where's your bone, buddy? Where's your bone? Chew your bone. Chew your bone. Let's go to the chat. Lewis, what's up? Good morning. As you can see, I'm kind of like not really full attention this morning. Good morning, Brian. Offbeat All-Stars in the house. He's not late. It's puppy time. It sure is. Brian, what's going on? Good morning. Brian says, Arizona State Sun Devils. Yes. So story behind that. When I was at spring training last year, he knows which one the door flap is. You're a smart dog. Or he's just going for that thing. He's going to town. Hey. Let's chew your bone. You want to chew your bone? Let's chew your bone. Yeah. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to our friends? You want to say hi to our YouTube friends? Say hi. Say hi. This is bone. This is a beef pizzle. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. This is a beef pizzle, which is penis. Yes, you're eating a penis. So Arizona State Sun Devils. When I was at spring training, I only packed for like warm weather. I didn't have any long sleeve. He's looking at the microphone. I didn't have any long sleeves. So it got cold a few days when I was out there. So I had to go to Walmart and I'm like, yeah, I'll get an Arizona State. I like the shirt. I wanted something light because it gets, even though it's cold in the morning when I'm out at like the minor league fields, it warms up, in the afternoon sun. So I got this, and then it got really cold like towards the end of my trip this past spring, and I had to go get a hoodie from the team store, and you know how expensive those are, but I was already there. I was freezing my ass off in the stadium. It's like either freeze my ass off or spend a stupid amount on a Cubs hoodie. But I mean, with the Cubs hoodie, I'm wearing this. So that's why I have an Arizona State shirt on. Good morning, Kyle. What's going on? And it's only 62 degrees right now. I think it's going to warm up to almost 80. That'll be nice for a non-walk today, huh? Oh, yeah. Philly Joe's in the house. What's up? Good morning. Todd is here. Good morning. We'd rather chew on my arm. Yeah, I'm a playpen. Here we go. You want your bone? You want your bone? He's not to be trusted in this room, though. I still have a lot of cards that he can get into. So hopefully this week, not today. I still have a lot of shipping to do. Not today, but maybe tomorrow. Not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll be able to get this room puppy safe. Here. Oh, you're slipping. Here. Chew this. Chew this. All right. Johnny Boy Cards, what's going on? Good morning. Tea Timer's in the house. Good morning to you. Victor's here. Hello, Ernie. They're saying hi to you, buddy. Say hi back. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, buddy. Mr. Archer, good morning. SoCal guys in the house, good morning to you. Mikey's here. What's going on? Mikey has auctions ending tomorrow. There you go. Sheena's in the house. Wife and I went to the Brewer-Dodger game last night. Shohei, annoyingly good. Yeah, Shohei's freaking phenomenal. Yeah, I know. You want to go back in your playpen? Huh? It's either my lap or the playpen. Those are the options. Here. Dan's in the house. Who won? I didn't check. The Cubs lost like a crazy game. 9-8 was the final score. They were up 3-0. And then all of a sudden I checked again. It was 8-3 Guardians, Cleveland. And then it was 8-7. Then it was 8-8. And then Cleveland won I think they scored a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Cleveland won 9-8. Yeah, we don't like that note, do we? No, we don't. Cooter, what's going on? Good morning. Today is the last first day of school. The youngest starts her senior year today. Oh, man, the last first day of school. What do you think of that, Ernie? Last first day. Red light, good morning. John says, be careful going 3 doors down. That's butt rock territory. Oh, yeah. I saw 3 doors down in concert. I'm not a concert goer. I was talking about this with somebody. Oh, it was with Shane on Sunday at the card show. He's a big concert goer, and I am just not a big concert fan. I've probably I could count on 2 hands. Not 1, but 2 of the concerts I've been to. And like 5 of those are Pearl Jam. Smashing Pumpkins, Kid Rock, but I went to see Seven Dust. 3 Doors Down, Fuel, Oleander. That was a good show. 3 Doors Down actually sucked though. Fuel was awesome. Oleander was awesome. What else? And then like shitty concerts, like, not like real concerts. Oh, saw Lady Gaga. That was for my wife at Wrigley. That's like it, I think. Red light says, no shit, been at work since 4:30. Oof. I think that's the first time you got up to go potty. It was 4:30, huh? Yeah, you went potty at 4:30. Mark, good morning. Ernie says hello. You say hi, buddy? Can you say hi? Yeah. John says, congrats, Cooter. I told my wife just last night that it's the first time since 2002 that we don't have a kid in school. That's got to be like bittersweet. It's like awesome that you're not spending money on school. But then at the same time, it's, it's a little sad. It's a happy sad. A sad happy. Card Hobbyist says, my dog just heard your dog bark and is now wondering where I am hiding a puppy. I wish I would have taken a video of Ernie in the mirror, because I don't know much about dogs, but like as far as their like a dog psychology, I'm no dog psychologist, but I feel like puppies, and this is the first time I've been an adult with a puppy, like day to day, and it feels like puppies. Like dogs have, it's their smell, their sense of smell, but I don't feel like their sense of smell develops. Like, I don't feel like Ernie's sense of smell is up to snuff yet, but I feel like his vision, and maybe it varies from dog to dog. Again, I don't know, but it seems like his vision is better than his smell. He watches TV. And I know some dogs that watch TV. Biscuit did not watch TV. She didn't even. It's like, dude, can dogs watch TV? But we had our friend who has Logan. Oh, we love Logan. He's a good boy too. Maybe you can meet Logan. He's getting old though. Yeah, I know, buddy. It's sad getting old. But he in any time a commercial would come on, he knew when the dog commercial. He would start barking even before the dog came on. He knew which commercial had the dog, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's the dog commercial." Ernie likes TV. You like watching TV sometimes. Like he'll watch and he'll be like for like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. And then he just kind of does his own thing. He doesn't understand what's going on. But when we first brought him home in our bedroom, there's a mirror in our bedroom, and he was very inquisitive on the mirror, and he'd look and he'd back, and he'd do kind of like that trope comedy, where it's like the mime in the mirror or whatever. And he would do that. It's like, I need to take a video of this, because now it's just the mirror. He's like, oh yeah, that's just my reflection. I think he knows it's his reflection. So I missed an opportunity, didn't I? You want your bone? No. Maybe you should go back in your playpen. What do you think of that? You calm down? You want to take a little nap? You want to take a little nap? Let's see how long that lasts. Dan says, here come the bots. John laughs. Duke says, reported for pee eating. Yeah, the penis. John says, does that mean I need to start calling them Pete LePizzle and Pizzle Pole? Yes. I like Pizzle Pole. Dan had an ASU shirt and lounge chair when I was 13, thinking I was going to go to school there. Yeah, they were like a cool school back when we were in teenagers. I wore this shirt walking around one of the places in Switzerland, and this girl, probably in her 20s, like saw my shirt and like starts laughing, and she like whispers to the other guy like, Arizona State. It's like, yeah, I know. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. Must have been an inside joke. Dan said, knew nothing of the school. Steve said, the AZ gear looking good. When are you moving here? Never. Despite how much I hate Wisconsin winter, not moving to Arizona. George, what's going on? Brian says, Ernie deserves a rookie card. Do you want a rookie card? Oh, he's playing. Let's not disturb the puppy. John says, ASU, bit of a party school. It is. I think it used to always top the party school rankings. I don't think it's up there anymore. I mean, it's probably still a top 10 party school. Wisconsin and Iowa are usually in the top 5, usually the top 3 top party schools. So let's look at 2024. Niche.com. UC Santa Barbara, number 1. Number 2, Florida State. Number 3, Tulane. Number 4, Alabama. Number 5, Syracuse. I would not have put Syracuse in a party school category. USC, Georgia, Wisconsin is number 8. University of Illinois, number 9. Howard University ranks number 10 on this list. Where's Arizona State at? Iowa ranks number 18. University of Dayton, 22. I don't think of Dayton as a party school. Arizona State, not on the top 25 in that list, but I've never heard of that. Came up number 1 on the Google. Let's see. We want like a legit ranking, like partyschools.com. Here's intelligent.com. That sounds legit. They don't rank these. Oh, they do. Endicott College, Beverly, Massachusetts. Never heard of it. Madison, number 2. West Virginia, Florida State, Santa Barbara, Texas. Arizona State, drop it in the rankings. Mark says White Sox beat the Yankees 12-2. Never know with baseball. Isn't that something? The White Sox. Dan says, funny now, I have zero interest in Arizona. Too hot. Only been there to see my mom pass away. And I'm sorry to hear that. I love Arizona for 8 days a year when I'm at spring training, hanging out with Steve. Johnny M's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. John says, great story, George. I mean, Dan. All you Koreans look the same. George says, I'm very good at saying morning. Zach, good morning. Just voted in the primaries. I do this at 7 a.m. so I can feel young, like Bo at the estate sale he is rating. Yeah, my wife said yesterday, she's like, the primaries are tomorrow. And I'm like, the primaries are tomorrow. I'm like, what are we voting for? And I'm like, it's not the presidential primaries because those were long ago. And she's like, it's not. And I'm like, well, no, the election's in 3 months. I know there's one guy because there's signs all over our neighborhood for U.S. representative, maybe. I don't know. We'll see if I don't know if I'm going to go vote in the primaries today. What's I don't even know what's on the ballot. Wisconsin primaries. I'll have to look that up today. I don't even know where my wife will know, but I don't even know where we go to vote because this is our first. We used to do absentee. That was so nice. You just mail it in. So easy. I don't think we signed up in time. John says, not sad at all. Celebrating the claw back right now. My kid started his career yesterday and is going to save me $90 a week in health insurance. Hey, celebrate, baby. So not bittersweet. Brian says, kids growing up is sad happy. My daughters start kindergarten in a couple weeks. It will be a lot cheaper than daycare. That also means she is growing up. Yep, there you go. Johnny M says, my 24-year-old daughter moved out of the house to a condo yesterday. Welcome to adulthood. Hey. Celebrations abound. Mark says, when my German Shepherd was a puppy, he chewed through a half dozen of my flip-flops. Oh man, I love German Shepherds. I don't want to own a big dog like that because I don't wear flip-flops, but I don't want him chewing through my shoes. Ernie likes shoelaces. He's being a good boy now. He chews on random shit, so got to keep eyes on him. He's not to be trusted. Dan says, my second semester starts tomorrow. I have 2 of 4 new co-teachers because 2 retired. That could be good. That could be bad. John says, wait till I give him control of his car insurance. I'll be buying pre-war Hall of Famers like it's no one's business. Yeah. John says, congrats to Johnny M. Zach says, what are we talking about this morning? Cards as investments, dogs, box 3, Frank, Pokemon, or the White Sox beating the Yankees? Box 13, baby. It's still in commission. I haven't actually, I did ship a few cards out of box 13 yesterday. Good luck with the new coworkers. Hope they are nothing like mine. George doesn't have good coworkers. I had a dream last night about I have like nightmares of my former job. I had a nightmare that one of my, I don't know how it went, but I just remember, it was my previous job and I had quiet quit, which is kind of what I did at the end. And then my boss was like, I was going to get fired. It's like, but I quit. But I had to drive a semi, and I've never driven a semi. I had to drive a semi only a couple miles and like park it. And it had all this like technology, it had all this. And I remember my boss was going to come pick me up outside of wherever I was at and where I dropped the semi off. And he's like, I just got a call. And he's like, everything went well. He's like, you use your turn signal. You went the speed limit and all that. And then I think I had to drive. I was in Anawan. I was in my hometown. And then I had to drive it from where I left it to like my mom's house and like park it. And I think I was a little rough. And I'm like, oh shit, they're going to know that I was not driving properly. What a weird dream. It's like a fever dream. Zach says how Bo speaks to his dog is how I think Amy speaks to Bo after a long card show weekend. It's going to be okay. Zach just nailed it. Who wants to bet that Lady Bo has to draw Bo a bath after a long day standing in Janesville? Sometimes I would like it to come to that. Like, I'm so tired and sore. Zach says, I remember ASU being a popular school brand to wear. Supposedly the hottest women on earth were there. I think that's why we as teenage boys wanted to go to Arizona State. Or so boys from the Midwest were told. Yeah, because we had the same thing. Like Arizona State was like the cool state. I think I had an Arizona State t-shirt when I was a kid, like teenage, 12, 13, 14. Card Hobbyist says, you know what's fun to do in Dayton? Pack your bags and get the F out. Yes, I've been to Dayton. I can concur. Sorry for anyone in Dayton, Ohio, but there's not much going on in Dayton. How come? Maybe that's why it's a party. So there's nothing else to do in Dayton. Let's get hammered and party. John says, I'm guessing these schools spend money trying to remove themselves from party school lists. Zach says, pay to play list, like Bo getting mentions from Rich on Hobby Hotline. Of course, most of the stuff discussed is something Bo told him in private, but still all press is good press. There you go. Red Light says, does anyone know if Korean barbecue is any good? I like Korean barbecue. It's kind of it's like a sweet barbecue. If I'm George and Dan can certainly give you better advice. And they've got like the authentic stuff. I'm talking like the shitty freezer section Korean barbecue. I don't know if I've ever had Korean barbecue from like a Korean joint. Costco has Korean barbecue jerky, which is pretty good. It's pretty messy though. But it's still good. It's like you got to lick your fingers after you're done eating. And that's just like the jerky, like in the jerky section. John says, primaries, that's first world shit. What does that have to do with us? Max says, Arizona sounds fun in March, but that's about it. It is. Going to be fucking 80 here again this week. Last week was great. I need it to get to 80 again. This is too damn cold for August. I hate this. 60 degrees in August. It went down to like the 50s a couple nights in August. Fuck that. Save that shit to the fall. Give me the heat. John says, I just let Exxon, Hobby Lobby, and the NRA pick my politicians for me. Orlando's here. What's going on? Zach says, hello. George says, Korean barbecue is often more of a dining experience to foreigners than anything, in my opinion. Not saying it's bad, but just saying cooking my own food at a table in a restaurant isn't that fun to me. So that's what Korean barbecue is there, is you have to cook your own food. I don't, is that a thing here? Or is that, what's the cook your own? There's a cook your own style. I don't know. Orlando says, hi back to Zach. Cartavia says, doesn't matter that you don't have a CDL. Get that load to the warehouse ASAP, right? Get that load over there. Billy Joe, what's going on? He says, Orlando, nice swan video. Dan says, Starbucks hiring the Chipotle CEO. Two of the most overrated fast food, I'll call them fast food chains. Starbucks and Chipotle. Zach says, your dream speaks to you having a lot of baggage you need to dump related to your feelings. You should open up more. I should go on YouTube every morning. Orlando says, come to South. But I like the humidity. I mean, it's kind of like Florida in July is kind of like Arizona in July. Arizona's a dry heat. Florida's I'm going to start sweating as soon as I open the door heat. And I'll stick around in Wisconsin where it's 90. It's like, ooh, I like this. Card Hobbyist says, we have an Arctic blast today, only going to be 89. Feeling like 100 in South Florida, and it's 62 here. See, I'd rather have 89 and 100 than 62 in August. Now, give me 62 in December, I'm happy. January, February, hell, even March. Not August. I want the heat. Some Korean restaurants here will cook it for you, but I think most you cook it yourself. Interesting. Max says, only good thing about Florida is Disney and no income taxes. Otherwise, it's easily the worst place in the U.S. for me, maybe besides Alabama, Mississippi, and Arkansas. North Florida. South Florida is completely different. They're like Florida is basically kind of like Illinois. Basically two states. Illinois is Chicago and the rest of the state. Florida is North Florida and South Florida. Two completely different states. I love South Florida. Not a big fan of North Florida. North Florida is Alabama. North Florida is Alabama. Zach says, Korean barbecue sounds like Wisconsin cheese curds. I don't see locals going crazy over it, but the public probably thinks that is all we eat. That's a really good analogy. Yeah. Because like cheese curds, everybody from out of town wants, where's the best cheese curds? It's like, well, and I can guide you to the best cheese curds. I took Dan and Herman when they visited the Madison Card Show to the Old Fashioned, which I think I still prefer the Craftsman cheese curds, which are like in Middleton, kind of off the beaten path. But the old fashioned is for a touristy thing. Like, you got to go to the old fashioned. Like, that's a Madison thing. So that's where I took Dan, took Herman. But I think my favorite cheese curd, of course, it's all subjective. My favorite cheese curds in Madison, Craftsman, Tap, Middleton. Those are my favorite. I don't know where else has good cheese curds. Like that you have to you have to try these. Max would know. Where are we at? George says, in general, you have grills in the middle of the table and usually end up cooking yourself, which sucks if you're the person stuck cooking because you generally get very little to eat. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not going to go to a restaurant and cook my own. Like, here, it's like cook your own steak. It's like, ooh, cook your own steak. Like, what? I don't go out to eat to cook. If I wanted to cook a steak, I'll cook my own damn steak on the grill in the comfort of my backyard and pay less for it. Cook my steak. Johnny M says, not even 80 the next 10 days in New York, was high 90s in June. Yeah, we had some unseasonably hot weather in June here also. And it's been unseasonably cool in August. John says, Florida is east versus west versus Key West. You've got, east. Let me do my direct. East is, well, it's basically east. The eastern part of Florida is all East Coasters. And the west coast of Florida is like Midwest. Like everybody I know from the Midwest, like where do they have winter homes or where do they go vacation? Naples, Fort Myers, wherever else along that. If you're from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, where do you go? Boca, Miami. North Florida is South Georgia. Yes. South Georgia and Eastern Alabama. Max says Florida is a shithole. Drugs in Florida in 120 degree temperatures. South Florida is Caribbean New York. Central Florida is a boiling pot of water. Culver's curds are better than any restaurant I have ever been to. Too many places get too cute. The best curds are fresh, warm, squeaky. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't have to agree. I don't have to agree or disagree, I guess. It's all subjective. But Culver's curds are good. But I do like the Craftsman, I think, are the best. The Craftsman curds are the best. I like Old Fashioned. George says the cuts of meat are normally thinner and burn really quickly. So if you're cooking, you have to keep working the grill diligently while everybody else pigs out. So you're cooking for other people? That's even worse. Or do you mean like your group? Like if you went to a restaurant like by yourself or with somebody else, are you cooking for like random people or are you just cooking for your party? Because if you're cooking for like strangers, fuck that. I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking. Max says, speaking of overrated, the Old Fashioned #1. I will agree. Old Fashioned is overrated, but it is definitely like you gotta go. Like if you're not from here, it's like Korean barbecue. You gotta do it. Cheese curds. You gotta go. It's kind of like I'm trying to think of like a destination, like where else? Like the Sears Tower. Like if you're from Chicago, the Sears Tower it's just a tall building. But if you're from out of town, if you're from New York, you got to go to the Sears Tower if you're in Chicago. It's just the thing to do. And it's also overrated. It's just a tall building. Orlando says, great descriptions, card hobbyists. Brian says, I can't print eBay shipping labels this morning. Anyone else keep getting error messages? That's going to be a giant pain in my ass if that's the case. Hopefully not. I had issues, I think it was last week, and It was like several hours. It was like 2 or 3 hours of not being able to print. And then I'd get a couple printed and then or one printed, and it'd take like 3 minutes. It was a pain in my ass. Zach and Porter says, I'm not getting STD at the Villages, that I have zero additional desire to go to Florida. Max says, if I leave my house, I'm not paying to cook my own food. Amen. If I go out to eat, I'm not cooking. If I want to cook, I'll cook at home. Dan is dog sitting. My friend's 2 dogs this week. Nice to get dog time. And sometimes it's nice to get dog time breaks. Earmuffs. He's behaving now. Chewing his beef pizzle over there. If CH's descriptions are true, I still want no part of it. Flawed Thinker says, good morning. The kids start school tomorrow. Then we start our baseball season Saturday. Fall baseball. We got our schedule, and we have practices at 8 p.m. Definitely don't like that. Kids usually in bed by 7:30. Holy shit. That's not good. Max says, non-breaded are the best. Not meant to be breaded. The airy breading sucks. And that's what I like about the Craftsman. They're very light breading. I prefer fried cheese curds as opposed to regular curds. Now, I enjoy a bag of cheese curds, just the cheese, but I prefer the fried. I mean, who doesn't prefer the fried food? Zach says, I drove by the Prime Quarter. That's what I was thinking of. Prime Quarter last week in Green Bay. Reminds me of always questioning why people thought it was fun to pay them to prepare your food. Stay home. Right. Prime Quarter. Now, it was cool when we went to, like when I was in the FFA back in high school, you get a steak dinner, you go to, was it the Prime Quarter? There's another like chain of them. And it was cool. Like you're in high school. It's like, oh yeah, we get to cook our own steak, but we also weren't paying for it. The school was paying for it. Philly Joe says, I'm not eating something called a curd. A curd. Dan says, LOL, you were only cooking with your friends, not strangers. Okay. For your group. Got it. Okay. Well, that's a little better. I wouldn't want to cook for strangers. Card Hobbyist says, it's true with Asian barbecue. One person is always cooking while everyone else stuffs their faces. Well, that's kind of like if you're barbecuing in your backyard, like you're always the last to eat, but I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay grilling, and we like rarely have people over and parties or anything, but in the rare occasion we do, I don't mind cooking and then getting the last of it. It's okay. Zach says Korean barbecue sounds prejudiced against people with no friends. I'm offended. Max says go to Dottie's if you're in Madison. So I have a terrible admission to make. I've lived in Madison for over 10 years now. I have never been to Dottie's. Never. It's like been on my to-do list for 10 years. Haven't made it there. It's actually good food. The old-fashioned sucks. Rather go to McDonald's. I've been to the old-fashioned a handful of times, 4 times, 5 times in 10 years, but 0 for Dottie's. Sheena says a Korean barbecue restaurant is more about experience, kind of like Hooters. I like it. That's a good analogy. And similar to like, I assume I've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse. We have one. I think it closed. Actually, I think our Brazilian steakhouse on the square closed. They had an all-you-can-eat night. Never went. It was like Tuesday because nobody goes out on Tuesdays apparently. Brazilian steakhouse. Never went. But I like, Hooters. You're not going for the wings. You're going for the experience. Brian says a light, crispy breading is key to good cheese curds. If the breading is too thick, I won't eat them. I'm in the same boat. If there's too much breading, it's not good. I want a light, crispy breading. I like it. I'm in the same boat. Brian, have you been to Craftsman for their cheese curds? Those are my favorite. Now, I've never been to Dotton. There's a lot of places in Madison I've never been, so take my opinions with a grain of salt when it comes to Madison food. George says, it is prejudice to people with no friends, Zach. A table generally requires 2 people, 2 orders minimum. Single folks have to buy 2 orders, but some restaurants don't even allow singles. Wow. 608, what's going on? Cody's in the house. Good morning. Best place for cheese curds downtown is the Tipsy Cow, another Madison joint I've never been to. I don't think I've been to the Tipsy Cow. George says, trust me, that backyard barbecue is better than doing Korean barbecue in a restaurant. Oh, I've never been to a Korean barbecue in a restaurant, but I could already assume that my backyard barbecue is going to be better. Brian says, Tipsy Cow is pretty solid. I would also recommend Cooper's. I have been to Cooper's. Zach would wear my ASU shirt to prime quarter in high school. All the cool kids were there. George says, I don't mind cooking at backyard barbecue. Hate cooking barbecue in Korean restaurants. Max says, y'all big city people probably have never had fresh cheese curds. If they're not from Wisconsin or have been to Wisconsin, I would assume not. Fresh cheese curds, yeah, you get that squeak, squeak, squeak every time you chew. Samba, yes, Samba was the Brazilian steakhouse. Brian says it still is. I thought it closed. Samba. Oh, it's still open. It's still open. I thought it closed. Huh. Samba, still open. Check it out. I'll probably still not go. Been talking about it for 7-8 years. Brian has been to Craftsman, but never had the curds. Do yourself a favor and have actually, next time we meet up for lunch or dinner, let's do Craftsman. And you can have the curds. And I'll have some curds too. Zach says, reminder to everyone, the curd is short for curdled. Sounds delicious. Yes. Also, when in Cleveland, I had Cane's, Popeyes, and Chick-fil-A. He goes to all the hometown spots. While the service was absolutely awful at all 3, I confirmed my tastes. Cane's was absolutely terrible. Popeyes was okay. And Chick-fil-A was quality. Dan says, Bo, if you have a show the weekend before the National, maybe I can get up there again. I should, yes. Depending on the venue, depending on the Sheraton. It's worked out every year so far, and I hope it works out again in 2025. That is the plan, but I won't know until probably, April. Probably know sometime mid-April if I'll have a show the Saturday before the National. That is the plan. Madison Card Show's coming up in less than 2 weeks, Saturday, August 24th, 200 tables, 4 rooms. This will be the last 200-table Madison Card Show, back down to 140 tables beginning next month. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. The dates are set for the rest of the year, so it's August 24th, September 28th, October 19th, and then I believe it's November 30th. It's the Saturday right after Thanksgiving, and then December 28th, the Saturday after Christmas. So those are the upcoming Madison Card Show dates. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Orlando says, Max, I'll invite you to my house, but you hate Florida. It's a beautiful state. I do like the south part of Florida. The north part, I just drive through to get to the south. Max says, and most of the other shit you put in your body, you wouldn't either if you knew all the ingredients and how it's made. Absolutely. There's a lot of shit that I don't want to eat, but I do anyway. I don't give a shit about nature if that's what you're referring to. Brian is game for going to Craftsman. When are we going? I don't know. You shoot me some days. See if I can make it. I can probably make it work. Not the next couple days. I'm still pretty hammered with shipping. Johnny M says eBay labels working fine for me. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Sometimes Ernie whines, but he's actually playing. So I don't know if he's I don't know. Anyway, hey, I've got eBay auctions ending tonight. my plan is to go live at 7:30 tonight, Central Time, and we'll do like a countdown. We'll follow the auctions in real time as they end, because I think they end at 8:15 tonight. I have 74 auctions going. We'll do a little preview right now. Where's my auctions? Formats. We want auction. There we go. It says I have 75, but everything else says I have 74. Let's see. Max says downtown NYC is the same as Wyoming to me. Same here in terms of I've never been to either place. Let's see. Dan says, have you sorted any of your Cubs cards? Some. I haven't done any Cubs organizing or sorting in a while. I did buy the Cubs. I've got my small pile. I do want, when I get a few minutes, I want to put these on Trading Card Database just to log them. I've got some boxes underneath my coffee table that, when I have free time, I want to sort, but I haven't really done much sorting. John wants to know, have you fulfilled my 1955 list yet? No, I have not done anything. Binder's right there. But I will reach out to you first. So give me some time and I will follow up with you on that. Johnny M says, pumping those auctions live, genius. It's just a stolen idea. It's only genius from the person who started it, which was who would have started pumping live auctions? My idea, and I think, the idea came from, in a roundabout way. I think Cooter suggested it. Like, you should do your 99-cent auctions like some of the YouTube channels do their Heritage and Golden and REA auctions live. Like, that's actually a fun idea. Like, I would do that. And then I never thought about it. Again, because I don't do auctions, but now I'm doing auctions, and they're actually like auctions that have some steam. There's some decent auctions, 74 of them. So, yeah, Jeremy Lee, and that was but I'm sure he wasn't the first, but he has been pumping live auctions. That's kind of where I think the idea sprang from. But whoever started it, Jeremy's done a really good job at pumping the auctions he does. But I'm sure it's been done, before that. Brian says, basement remodel is complete. I now feel comfortable enough inviting you to my house to see my sad card collection. Awesome. Yeah, Jeremy, and I think that's kind of like, oh, this is a pretty good idea for 90. And then Cooter's like, you should do that with 99-cent auctions. So let's see. Manage. Okay. I think the problem I'm finding is I'm in my own store. Okay, so let's do, here we go. Auctions. So here's a preview of what I've got up. So here we go. Here's some auctions. These end tonight at about 8:15. My plan is to go live at 7:30 tonight, Central Time, and we'll just do a prime time live. Whatever happened to that show? That was a good show. Was that Barbara Wawa and Hugh Downs? This is Prime Time Live. So we got Joey Bart, who's kind of redeemed himself in Pittsburgh. A definitive rookie auto numbered out of 50. We got 9 bids, currently at $8.86. Again, all of these are free shipping, by the way, because that was a mistake I made when I listed these. Hedbert Perez Megabox Refractor out of 50. It's got 1 bid, only 99 cents with free shipping. Parker Meadows First Chrome Refractor Auto. I sold a regular refractor, and I don't even think it was his First Chrome Refractor. Sold for $10 of Parker Meadows just the other day. This is a refractor, First Bowman Refractor Auto. It's only at $4.51. I think the Parker Meadows I sold, let's just bring up my eBay, and I'll tell you what it was. So this could be a steal. Sold Parker Meadows. Come on. Oh, I don't have any internet. Oh, I don't have my Wi-Fi on. I've got an SOS. There we go. Oh, still not showing. There we go. Now we got full bars. All right. So we got Parker Meadows. So I sold just on August 11th. So Sunday. Sunday I sold it was a first Bowman Chrome. Sky Blue Refractor, non-auto, numbered out of 402, I think, sold for $10. So right now, a refractor auto is only at $4.51, free shipping. So check, that's going to be a good one. You can get a steal on that. Heritage Miners Gold, numbered out of 15, Davy Garcia. I don't know if he's still with the Yankees or not, $3.25. Here, I want to look at the Stadium Club Triumvirate refractor Emmitt Smith and see, because I've been saying it's like 50 to $75, but I don't know. That's what, when I comped it, I thought that's what it was. Club Triumvirate refractor Emmitt Smith. Let's see. So let's go to sold. So right now the bidding is at $22.55. It's got 12 bids. So the most recent sale was $53 on August 5th. $53. And there's not too many. I don't even know if there's any others listed on eBay. So there's one other listed for $105, 100 plus $5 shipping. Looks like that's the only other one that's on here. So currently at $22.55, free shipping. Spencer Strider Speckle Refractor Rookie, current bid $5. This is one I really like, and this could go for a steal. Pro debut orange auto Leover Peguero of the Pirates. Currently at $8.50. Another Heritage Miners Gold out of 18. It's at $3.25. Aberson Arteaga of the Giants. This is a red refractor. It's currently at $6. Justin Foscue Rangers Red Donut Circles auto, numbered to 99. Only $1.29 on that one. Get on it. First Bowman Blue Cabrian Hayes out of 150. I can't believe the bidding isn't higher on that. $2 currently, free shipping. Eddie Leonard with a really small auto, numbered out of 299, current bid $235. Sue Bird finally got some bids. It's got 2 bids currently at $1.25. Rittenhouse, Katie Douglas on the other side of the card. I think that one should go for more than $1.25, I hope. Donruss Blue Press Proof rated rookie Micah Parsons, currently at $1.51. We've got a Roman Anthony green refractor out of 99, current bid $436. Goose Gossage Topps Finest autograph, current bid $8.50. Julio Rodriguez Bowman Draft purple out of 250. It's at $2.25. Candace Parker doesn't have too many basketball cards. Not too many basketball cards were made of the WNBA back in this era. Candace Parker SI for kids, only 99 cents. Cutter Coffee Gold Refractor of 50. It's at $2.27. Here's a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. short print, $7.50. Travis Kelce Starlight Materials Red Relic, numbered out of 150. It's at $5.50. Here's a fun one, 71-72 Topps. Lou Alcindor Milwaukee Bucks. You've got some paper loss up top. It's a beater, but it's a beautiful card nonetheless. Current bid $12.50. Suso, a soccer player. It's a museum auto relic. Current bid $3.25. Hedbert Perez, got a couple of him. This is yellow out of 75. It's at $2. Here's a couple. Here's Mike Trout's first SI for Kids card from 2012. His Sports Illustrated for Kids rookie card. It's at $2.25. That should go for higher. Albert Abreu Gold Refractor Auto. We've got Reed Detmer's Black Chrome. Here's a Liover Pagero Topps Gold rookie card. Colin Sexton Noir New Wave jerseys out of 99. Some others. Helio Ramos Topps Chrome Update Refractor. I'm surprised the bidding is as high as it is. $5.02 on that one. There's a Lisa Leslie Rock Talk insert, 99 cents. JJ Watt, these are pretty rare. JJ Watt Wisconsin Badger program card, only 99 cents, but there's a bunch of Watt. There's like 12 watchers on that card. Here's another Averson Artiega. This is an orange lava refractor out of 25. Christian Yelich, probably a poor time to put this at auction. He's on the IL. Rookie Gold Cup orange parallel, number 225, not numbered. Some others. Dylan Beavers auto to 24. Star Wars card, or I don't know. Is that Star Wars? Star Lord? I don't know. Nick Solak Black. Jared Kelly orange auto, numbered out of 25. Milkar Perez. So a lot of fun stuff. Ryan McMahon gold mirror shot up to $8.27. So these auctions end tonight about 8:15. We'll go live at about 7:30 Central tonight. That's the plan. Hopefully we'll be able to. We'll see. Where are we at? Zach says, is the trimmed Walter Payton Bowman rookie card part of the auction? There is no trimmed Walter Payton Bowman rookie. Todd says, who here will be bid sniping tonight? Oh, there you go. Some snipers. I have been tossing around the idea of doing weekly Tuesday auctions on eBay and doing something like this every Tuesday night. We'll go live and follow the ending. I have some stuff that I might put on auction that's currently in my eBay store, as well as some stuff that I picked up over the weekend that I might throw at auction as well. We'll see. I've got, 12 hours, 11 hours to think about it. JG says, sick Emmett, those are hard to find. Yeah, and that was in yesterday I was talking about how junk usually comes to my table because I sell junk. But that was actually a purchase that there was a small box that had some vintage in it that I think that box alone paid for what I paid for all of it. A bunch of player boxes. There's a giant box. In fact, I think that box behind that white box below the TV underneath that black binder, that's all Emmitt Smith cards. It was in that lot. There was another Emmitt rare insert that sold for like 125. I think I paid 150. This was the milk crate purchase. There were 2 milk crates full of these random boxes. And that was it. I'm like, oh God, what am I getting myself into? But ended up paying off. Zach says, buyer beware. I bought saddlebags from this guy and he never fulfilled on his promise. I'm not saying people can't change, but this guy is the breaded variety of curd, if you catch my drift. Shut up, Zach. Search and rescue cards. Good morning. How do you ship thick cards below $20 and don't lose money by free shipping? By pricing it right. So thick cards, depending on thickness, if it's a relic, it goes in a bubble mailer. Now, if you're talking about the auctions, I might lose money. If it's a buy it now, I price it accordingly. So I typically, and that's why most relics I end up putting in dollar boxes because nobody's going to pay $10 for a manufactured relic. Well, somebody might, but I'm not going to waste my time on it. But some of these auctions, what do I have that's probably that's going to go to a bubble mailer regardless at free shipping? The Francisco Mejia Bowman Chrome relic numbered out of 50, rookie auto. It's currently at $4. It's probably going to cost me $4 and something to ship. So I'll lose money on that if it ends at $4. So there's just no way around that. Buy it now, I price accordingly. Todd's laughing at Zach. Don't encourage him. Dan says, my next snipe is 3 days away. JG says, Jeremy Lee approves this pump scheme. Dan says, is this what Jeremy Lee was doing, just scrolling through his live auctions? No, actually, he wasn't shilling his. He was pumping other auctions. I'm pumping my own, which I think is worse. I'm at least shilling my own stuff. Jeremy was. I mean, I think he was probably getting paid for doing those lives. So I'm sure there was like, hey, we'll pay you to do this. But essentially, I guess I'm doing the same. I'm getting paid by the auctions ending, hopefully for a higher price. John says, I think how do you ship thick cards is a prison term. Jeremy Lee works for PWCC. Dan says, yes, it's worse. Let's see. John says he did at least. That was the premise of the lives. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just shilling my own shit. Buy my cards. But I mean, really, honestly, I've been shilling my own shit for like the duration of Hobby Evolution, 1,246 episodes. Although, is today really 1246 or is it 1247? Oh, I've already got two election day, primary election day texts this morning. Max says, who is Jeremy Lee? Never heard of him. He does YouTube videos. He actually does he puts out really good content. I don't watch all of his stuff, but he does have some. Sports Card Live is his channel. I think a lot of his stuff now is just auction pumping. He used to do a Saturday night interview show, and he'd bring on like people in the industry. And it depended on who the guest was, but some were, in my opinion, I really enjoyed the interview, and some it's just not what not my cup of tea, but I enjoyed some of it. Let's see. Never heard of him until your show. Zach says Jeremy Lee's concept was more the Card Dealer Pro discount code variety. Breaded curds unite. Nice Mike douche. Jeremy Lee is a solid interview. He does a great job. He's a great interviewer. John says, I think your puppy is nibbling on the cord. No, my puppy is sleeping. I am friends with Jeremy Lee. That may surprise some people here. That would surprise me. Orlando says Jeremy Lee interviewed me. Very nice. SCR coming soon. Yeah. I think SCR probably has some type of deal with gold because they're pumping gold in a lot. I think there's something going on. Maybe not. Maybe not. John says Keating and Jeremy Lee can officially enjoy Korean barbecue. Their friendship is out in the open, and now they can go out in public, picking daisies, frolicking among the vintage tables at the National, holding hands, singing in unison. All right, that's about what I had for today. So hopefully I'll be live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll do some live of the auctions, my auctions in my eBay store, which is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. I've been shilling that. 1,246 episodes. 99centcards.com. You buy 7 or more at regular price, you'll save 25% off at checkout. That does not include auctions, by the way. That's only buy it now price. I should clarify that since auctions are running. Regular price and buy it now only for that deal. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. John says we are 1-2 on the Korean national basketball team power forward depth chart. 1-2. John and Jeremy. Tall dudes. They should do a podcast together. Tall dudes in the hobby. Brian says, I unfollowed SCR and stopped watching all their stuff. The supposedly smart brothers started spouting anti-LGBTQ and wearing a MAGA hat and going crazy. Here for the cards, not the politics. Amen. This is a politic-free zone. We don't want to talk. We want to talk about cardboard, man. We want to talk about men and women on cardboard. This is our escape. Sometimes I get on a rant that it's like, ooh, should I go? I better not go there. I try to keep it out of the gutter. But John says, now that all of Jeremy Lee's schemes have run their course, I am at peace. We don't have to argue NFTs, fractionals, etc. anymore. Yeah, they have run their course. NFTs and fractionals. And Zach and Porter says, doesn't include auctions. I don't think so. I hope not. Auctions are already a discount. Max. Okay. Hey, this is a judgment-free zone, Max. That's okay. We're not here to judge. You do you. It's okay. John says, should there be a national waiting period for buying a price gun? I don't know. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Sneaky John over here. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Dan, you changed your profile pic. I saw, I'm like, oh, somebody messaged me. I don't know who this is. New profile pic for Dan on Twitter. I am not calling it. I was watching Retro Trading Card Podcast yesterday, and I think Mike started calling it X, and the other guys were giving him shit for it. And I am not calling it X. It's just a stupid name. Leave it be. Twitter. John says, Dan looks like Ray Gun in his YouTube profile pic. Because of random articles I saw on Facebook, I know who Ray Gun is. Ray Gun was that Australian breakdancer. And it's like, why was breakdancing in the Olympics? What the fuck? Like I'm all about like sports being a part of the Olympics, whether, they're weird sports or not, but breakdancing isn't a sport. It's a competition, but breakdancing is not a sport. So apparently Ray Gun is from Australia, I think. Australia or New Zealand. And is a breakdancer and didn't score a single point in the Olympics. And it's like her pathetic performance. So I'm like, I got to see a video of how bad this was. And I'm like, I don't get it. Isn't this what all breakdance? Like, it looks like breakdancing to me. Like, I don't understand why it was such a bad performance. I couldn't do it, obviously. Like, the worst performance in the Olympics, like, we couldn't even touch on our best day in our prime. So I get that, but it's like, I don't see, it wasn't like, I didn't find it pathetic as like a dude that can't breakdance. It's like, it looks fine to me. Brian says X is a stupid name. Agreed. Dan says WTF. No, I don't. John says he has bad eyes. Dan laughs. Breakdancing was the IOC punking us. Yeah. And it was like, gotcha. It was a gotcha moment. Like, oh, breakdancing, 2024 Olympics. Oh, but we're not going to bring it back for the 2028 games. Like, why was it in the 2024 games? Max says we have to include everybody now. There you go. Breakdancing. We don't need to include breakdancing. Ninja Warrior in the next Olympics. Hey, I would. Ninja Warrior would be fun to watch. Is it a sport? Australia. Ninja Warrior in actual competition. Max says, you live in Madison. You should know better. You called the Sears Tower, so you won't be a likely candidate to call it X. Nailed it. Still Comiskey. Still Miller Park. You are correct. I'm going to call it Twitter. I'm at that age where I'm just not gonna. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. Call it the right name. Zach says it's called the Olympic Games, not sport. Stop calling things that aren't sports a sport when the word sport isn't in the title of the event. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. All right. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Take a look at those auctions. Bid 74 auctions. They end tonight about 8:15 p.m. Central Time. My plan is to go live at around 7:30 Central Time this evening, and we'll count down the auctions together. So have a great Tuesday. We'll see you later tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Ernie, you got to be a good boy. He's sleeping. Now I don't want to leave this room. See, this is what happened. Like when I have to bounce from room to room, sometimes I can sneak away, but then he'll wake up. John says I'll be in bed by 7:30. Hey, I made it to like 10 last night. 10 o'clock. All right. Like, subscribe, shop my eBay store. Have a great Tuesday. See you later.